One time I had court at a magistrate's office. I walked in, I sat down in the room where all of the defendants were waiting. I sat next to this guy, okay, sweatpants, hoodie on, and I could smell body odor, okay? It was unbearable. I had to get up and I had to walk away. Now that gentleman was there for court that day, walking in a sweatsuit with terrible, I'm telling you, terrible BO. Okay, I'm making this video today. I'm going to provide you with 3 tips on how to dress and act in the courtroom. If you have court tomorrow and you got to know what to do and how to behave while you're there, listen to these 3 tips that I am about to provide you. Don't be the guy walking in with a sweatsuit smelling like body odor. So 3 tips on how to dress and act on today's episode of the Joe Palmetto Law Show. Now, if you like this episode, do me a favor, subscribe, like, and share. That is the best way to promote my content. I ask you to do this because it helps drive my rankings on YouTube. Okay, it shows that I'm getting positive feedback and it incentivizes me to create more videos. I like creating videos because I enjoy doing this. I think it helps some people, okay? And it's fun for me to put these up on YouTube. So subscribe, like, and share. Give me some incentives to make more videos. So my 3 tips on how to dress and act in the courtroom are as follows. Dress well, speak well, and sit quietly. Let's talk about dressing well. Like I said, one time I came in, I sat in the waiting room, guy sitting next to me, full sweatsuit on, smelled like body odor. What kind of impression do you think that he made on the judge? Now, I'm not telling everybody to wear a suit into court, okay? Especially if you have court tomorrow and you don't have a suit. I will tell you it will not hurt you to wear a suit. Okay, judges are human beings. When they see someone walk up there dressed well, wearing a tie, they have an attorney with them, dressed well, wearing a tie, it makes a great first impression. Right off the bat, that judge is going to treat that individual with more respect. Now, I know, they should be treating everybody with respect, but we're talking about reality here, okay? I'm not talking about the fictional way the world should be. I'm talking about reality. The way you dress makes a very big difference and it makes a good first impression. If you don't have a suit, I suggest wear some khakis, wear a button-down shirt. Okay, make sure that thing is nice and pressed. I seen some people walk in the courtroom. I could tell they hadn't worn button downs in years. They pulled this one button down out of the closet. Okay, it was wrinkled like it was wrinkled to all hell. It was just like this guy was wearing a cloth wrinkle. Okay, now he tried at least. I'll give him that. But get a button down shirt. Put a tie on if you got it. You don't need the jacket. All right, walk in there looking sharp and crisp. On top of that, you're going to feel better about your appearance as well. This applies to ladies as well. I'm not as familiar with lady wear, and honestly, I don't. Most women come into court and they're usually dressed a little better than the men. Some men just roll out of bed, walk into court. Okay, women usually put some effort in, not all of them. Okay, but looking good, putting some makeup on, lipstick on, a nice, shirt and pants, whatnot. I'm telling you, it's the same effect as men. Makes a great first impression. And again, we're talking human beings here. If a lady's looking really nice and you got a male judge up there, I've stood next to women, looking really great with a male judge up there, and I'm thinking to myself, this judge is only cutting her a deal because of how good she looks. So I'm just talking reality here, ladies and gentlemen. So tip number 1, you got court tomorrow, dress well. Get a tie, get a button down. Ladies, put your makeup on, look good, walk in there, you'll feel better as well. Tip number 2 is speak well, okay? Look, I'm from Pittsburgh. We got this Yinzer, we got this Pittsburgh accent, all right? Everybody got an accent of some kind, all right? That's fine. Walk in, you have your accent. You're not going to get rid of an accent. But there's a couple of things that you can do that can make a big difference when you're up there in front of the court. You probably know what I'm going to say, but yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Always address a judge. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. If you want to take it a step further, Your Honor. Your Honor's the best. They love Your Honor. Call them judge, okay? None of this, yes, no, yeah. I've seen judges yell at defendants, chew them out for, they get asked a question, they say, The judge will say, is that a yes? That's not how you want your case to go, okay? You want to be crisp, clean, and sharp. So even if you got to train yourself a little bit, because we don't speak this way when we're talking to our friends, all right? You want to say yes, sir. You want to say you want to say no, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You want to speak clearly in full sentences and full words. No mumbling. People get up there and mumble. Again, they're not doing themselves any favors. And look, the judges understand that you're nervous and some of your words aren't going to come out well, but make an effort. They'll be able to tell if you're making that effort, and that's something that will matter to them. So don't mumble. Yes, sir, Your Honor. And the last part of this tip is speak loudly. I'm telling you, you can never speak too loud in a courtroom. Now, you're only going to speak when spoken to and when it's your chance. And I'm getting to that next, that'll be part of the next tip, okay? But speak loudly. It shows confidence. You'll feel more confident as well. Think about walking in there, looking good, speaking loudly. Yes, sir. No, sir. People tell me that I'm too loud. I don't tone it down. Okay, because I've had judges tell me that I have a good voice. I can. Sometimes there's a little microphone. I can push that microphone aside. All right, and the judges like that. The court respects that. Most people do. I'm loud. I make sure I'm heard whenever I speak. So come in there. Yes, no. Yes, sir. No, no, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Don't mumble. Full sentences. Speak loudly. Even if you can't nail them all, make an effort and the court will notice it. Tip number 3, sit quietly. When you are in the courtroom waiting for your case to be called, sit quietly. If you're out in the waiting room waiting for your case to be called, sit quietly. You can chat a little bit in the waiting room, okay? But when you're in the courtroom, sit quietly. You don't want to be talking while the judge is talking. Imagine you're sitting there waiting for the judge is there addressing possibly a very important case, and he hears you in the back corner, okay, talking about what you saw on the Democratic debate last night, or something that flashed by the news. They don't want to hear that, okay? They want to talk to they want to hear what's going on with the case. I've seen judges throw people out of courtrooms, okay, for interrupting them. When you're in that courtroom, you sit quietly. You may whisper a little bit with your attorney, all right, but only with your attorney. They might let you go. Don't be in there talking to a friend, talking on your phone, okay? And that brings me to the next point, your phone. Put the phone away. In Allegheny County, judges are seizing phones. They'll charge you $50 to get it back. If you make multiple violations, they'll hold you in contempt of court, okay? It's happening. Probation officers, lawyers get in trouble. Everyone gets in trouble. There's signs everywhere. That's the only notice they're going to give you. If the judge sees you in the courtroom with the phone, they'll say, give me that phone. The sheriff's bailiff will come over, seize your phone. Oh, judge, I didn't know. I didn't see it. Well, guess what? There's signs outside. That's all the notice they're going to give you. If you got a good attorney like me, I'll tell you, put your darn phone away before you go into the courtroom. Turn it off or make sure that noise is off. If it goes off or it vibrates, your phone gets taken away, it's not my fault. That's your fault. But on top of that, you're going to look like a jerk if you're sitting back there on your phone the whole time. I'll tell you the best thing you can do is you sit back there quietly, you watch the judge, and you listen. I've done that before, and let me tell you, those judges, they're up real high. They can see everything. They're going to see you sitting back there, making eye contact with them, hearing what's going on, all right? And they're going to, that's all of us, they're going to respect you right off the bat, okay? Because you were sitting back there quietly, respecting their courtroom, respecting the court processes, okay? So don't be talking, all right, when you're sitting in the courtroom, and don't be fudging around on your phone when you're in the courtroom. Sit there and listen to the judge. You might actually learn something too. It's actually very interesting. You could even pick something up that you may want to say to the judge when it's your turn to speak to him or her. I've seen that happen. So, let me do a quick summary of what I talked about. You want to dress well, speak well, and sit quietly when you're in the courtroom. If you have court tomorrow, you can follow these 3 simple steps and make a great impression on the courts. All right? On top of those 3 things, what you want to do is get yourself a good attorney like me, Joe Palmetto Law. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, and share. I ask you to subscribe, like, and share because it incentivizes me to make more videos like this, all right? YouTube shows me love, and then I can show more love to my YouTube audience. Thank you for tuning in.